Hi, I'm Stefan, the BMW DIY guy, and do you want to change the plugs and coils in your BMW? I'll show you how. All right, y'all, so let's talk about this project a little bit before we do it. And I'm a big believer, if I can do two things at once, I'm gonna do it. It's like the main quest and side quest at the same time. It's a perfect thing. So if I can do some basic maintenance here on my BMW G01 X3 and do upgrades at the same time, you know I'm gonna do it. So this instruction is gonna work if you're just changing your coils and plugs on your standard BMW, but at the same time, I'm gonna be installing plugs from Dinan and their ignition coil upgrades. So this is a perfect time for me to do it. I've been waiting and holding off a little bit until it was time for this maintenance on my car, and I'm really looking forward to it. As I'm looking to push the performance of my X3 just a little bit around the edges, I'm always looking for those places where I can support the system. I can give it a better ignition system. It's gonna burn a little bit better, burn a little bit more efficiently, and it's a great way to upgrade my car while I do basic maintenance. So the first thing I want to call out is make sure your car is cold. My car's been sitting overnight, and so I want to make sure that I don't burn myself while I do this work, and you'll want to do the same. All right, so let's get the hood up, let's get started. I'll walk you through this whole process. It's really straightforward. All right, so the one thing I did off camera for this particular car is I've installed the X3M strut bar across the top. Most folks don't have that, so I just took that off. Make sure to check out that video. It's a great upgrade. So go ahead and pull your vanity cover up. Just pull it up gently on all corners, just like that, nice and simple, and set it safely aside. So you'll be able to see right here across the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You'll see all of your coil packs here across the top. Now I'm gonna grab the camera and give you a little bit of closer view. These are really simple. They have E8 bolts that go in here through the top. They have all of these plugs with these little plastic white little locking tabs. You're gonna pry that little tab back, press down, and then pull the plug off, each one all 6. In the back, there's some sound dampening material we'll have to move as well. But let me get the camera so you get a closer look on what all of this looks like. All right, so here's our closer look. With really a few basic tools, you can easily do this work yourself. So here's each one of your coil packs as they go down. You'll see there's a little white locking tab right here. Now, sometimes they're really stiff, so you can use a small flat-bladed screwdriver or a pick tool to very gently pry that back. What you normally do is then press down on the tab, which lifts the little locking little loop underneath, and then pull it off. And you can do that to all 6 down the line. In this case, you can see this is really tight, so I'm gonna have to get a tool just to pry that back really gently. Now, if it doesn't want to come off, you can use like a right angle pick tool to get in underneath very carefully and lift the little locking loop that helps hold this in place. Just lift really gently and then pull each one of those plugs off, okay? Now, here back in the back, so we see right here, we've got some of this material that's gonna be in the way for the back coil right here. You can either lift it off a little bit, which you can see mine is off. You know, they've got these little rubber grommets and feet that kind of stick onto posts. So you can get those to lift those up and away to get back here to the very back coil. All right, so go ahead and get all of those unplugged, and then we're gonna walk taking the coil packs out. All right, so a couple of additional things here really quickly to give yourself a little bit more room. So this is the connection for your high pressure fuel pump right back here. Same thing, it's got a little locking tab. You press down on it and then pry up. It's in a position like this. That will give you more room to get to this back. Also as well, you have your O2 sensors here from your downpipe that come up. They're definitely in the way. There's a gray one right here and the blue one right here in front. Like this are plugged in, you're gonna wanna do the same thing. Press the little tab, get it out of the way. The gray can stay, but the blue needs to come out entirely. So if you look at the blue, where it connects, it's just got little locking feet on it and a little locking tab here in the back. So you use your right angle pick tool, kind of press at the back, and it'll slide forward and will slide up out of the way right here. So what you'll do is when you go to put this back, you'll just take it here and slide it back into place on these little locking teeth. But that gets it out of the way, and you can get your tool here on the captured bolt here on the top of the coils. Now the coils themselves, they're all completely undone, so you just want to grab them and gently pull upwards, and they will wheel their way out just like that. Okay, so go ahead and take all 6 out, and then we're going to talk about what we do next. All right, so all the coil packs are out, and you can see the plugs down here through all the cylinders. Now, I will spare you the noise of it, but the next step, what you absolutely want to do is blow out all of this space. If you don't have an air compressor, that's okay. You can use a can of compressed air, like you'd use for your computer or around the house. Make sure that you don't have any debris or dust or anything down in the cylinders. That is really, really important. Don't skip this step. Like I said, you can just use a can of compressed air if you don't have an air compressor. I'm going to fire mine up off camera so you don't have to listen to it. But I'm going to clean all the space out to make sure that it's nice and clean and we don't get any debris that falls down into the cylinders. Okay, so get that done next, and then we're going to be taking the spark plugs out. All right, so let's talk about taking the spark plugs out. Now, I've got a dedicated tool I got from Keys Motorsports. This is the correct 14 millimeter spark plug socket. It's got a wobble here at the end, which you always want to use. Don't ever use just a straight locked socket and extension. That's really bad for your spark plugs when you put it in. So with all that blown out, just super simple. Just slot that down in there, get a good bite, and then just pull it off. So I won't show you taking out all 6 because that's just going to be the same thing over and over again. But you can just walk all of these off. Be really careful to not get, like I said, not get any debris in here. My motor is really clean, and even then when I hit it with the compressed air, I can see a little bit of debris swirling around in my lights. So just make sure to do that. Don't skip that stage. You wouldn't want to do something this simple and then create a problem. All right, so you take it out. So now my X3 is at about 44,000 miles. So it's a little bit early for plugs, which is usually between 45 and 50. Plug looks in pretty good shape. It's not really beat up at all, which is what I would expect in this case. But really straightforward. Still the BMW OEM plugs, which is what I would expect. They've not been changed since this was new. Okay, so let me walk through getting all the rest out. The one thing about the back one that you're going to want to look at. Now, there's a good chance that this is going to be too long for that space. I'll know here in a second. But if you have to, go ahead and use a shorter extension with a wobble end and a proper spark plug socket to get into the tighter spaces in the back. Okay, but go ahead and walk through, taking all 6 out. All right, so once you have all your plugs gapped, and I always keep the guards back on them until I put them into the motor. Now, a couple of things you want to notice here on the box. The BMW B58 spark plugs are normally 23 Newton meters. If you look at the box here for these Dinan Iridium plugs, they're 17 Newton meters plus 45. So what that means is, as you get them in and they get tight, you're going to get to 17 and then 45 degrees. So you're going to want to do that one for each of them. Now, in addition, no oil, no grease, no anything like that is going to go on the threads. So they're just going to go in bare. All right, so let me get this set up and I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so we got our first plug in. We're just going to take it, feed it down in really gently. This is why you always have a wobble on your tools. And take them and just screw them in by hand. Also, never, ever use power tools when you're doing this. Always do this by hand. So what I'll normally do is I will tighten it down until it gets too tight for my fingers, and then I'll get my torque wrench involved. So there you go. There's too tight for my fingers. I've got a good digital torque wrench. I love these. So let me turn this back on. All right, I've got it preset already to 17 Newton meters here, which is really nice because it'll do the conversions for me. So I set it. And 17 is not very much. So just be gentle while you do this. So come around. There's 17. So 45 degrees is going to be about right here. So I'm just going to walk it to right there. All right, nice and easy, just like that. Now you're going to want to walk through and do all of the rest. In the back, I did need to use a separate spark plug socket and a shorter extension with a wobble on it to get to that back one. But go ahead and walk all the rest in, torque them down to 17 plus 45. All right, so all the plugs are in at 17 plus 45. We're going to install the new coils. Now, the OEM coils are really good, and BMW has just gotten better and better and better over the years, which is fantastic. But the Dinan coils are definitely an upgrade. They are more efficient, plus they have 10% more spark. So to go with the rest of my Dinan build in the car, it just made sense to me. Plus, you can get them in colors. I know, it's going to be under the engine cover, but I like it. Okay, so really simple. Again, you've got this captured bolt. You're just going to slide them in, press them down into place, get them into the plug, get them on really nicely and firmly, and they'll sit all the way down just like that, really simply. Okay, so go ahead and just walk the rest of your way back, and then go ahead and just use your E8 again just to screw them into place. They don't have to be overly tight. I'm not going to give you a torque value on this because you just snug them down just like that. And you can see I did that by hand. So just make sure that the coil is pressed down nicely in place. You can plug them all back in at this point. You just take it, press the plug back in, all the way in, and make sure you get a good click, and then press that white locking tab forward. We'll also walk through plugging all the other stuff that we took off once we get there, but go ahead and put your coils in, secure them in place with the captured bolt, and then we'll get this all wrapped up. All right, man, those look good. Really excited by this. I love doing projects where it's both maintenance and upgrades at the same time. Just makes sense to me. All right, so you want to make sure to plug your high pressure fuel pump back in if you unplugged it. So just put it in the proper orientation, which is the plug here on the, or the clip here on the outside. You're gonna press that down into place just like that. Make sure that that clip snaps down and it's on and secure. Now I undid the clip here on one of my O2 sensors, so I'm just gonna take that and slide it back into place here on the little holder, as long as it doesn't fight me too much. That's what we get for doing this with one hand, right? So I'm gonna slide this up into place just like that. There we go. And then again, these are color coded, which is really nice. So gray to gray, blue to blue. So take that, press it hard into place, and then snap that back on. Make sure that this stays in because it wants to come back off. There we go. Get that back into place, snap that back on just like that. Good. Okay, so let's do one last double check, make sure that everything is good to go. So our high pressure fuel pump's plugged back in, our O2 sensors are back on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of our coils are in place and plugged in, all of the snaps are down, just like that. So really simple. All you need to do is put your vanity cover back on. You're just gonna take that and press it down into place on those rubber feet. And then for me, I flip this back a little bit. I'm gonna take this and flip it back up into place here so it stays down really nicely. Helps keep all that a little bit cleaner. And that little rubber foot right there came off a little bit. So I'll get that back on really nicely. Put your vanity cover back on and you're all done. Good job. All right, y'all, so go ahead and clean up, put your tools away. This is really a simple, straightforward project. The last thing you want to do, of course, is fire the car up. Make sure it starts and runs right. But I expect that it will. I'm really grateful to Dinan for this. These are fantastic plugs that are setting me up for bigger power later as well, if you've seen some of the other projects on this car. I also really do like their coil pack, so this was a great step for me to do both maintenance and an upgrade at the same time, which is the way I timed it the way it is. I'm really grateful to them for having such fantastic products. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please make sure to click like and subscribe. It makes a genuine difference to my channel, and I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'll see you on my next project.